Hey my beautiful Aries peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-April 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on. Starting out here with the current energies for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-April 2022. What current energies do we got going in here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-April 2022. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. First card out, what do we have? And we have here the Four of Swords. Typically one of those cards that represent taking a break from a situation, right? So there's something here that you want to take a rest from, a break from. Another card that pretty much symbolizes that is also going to be the Hermit card. So you do have here the Hermit showing up. So I do feel like you're doing this for your own good. That's what I heard come through for you guys. So you're taking a break for your own good, possibly for your mental health, for clarity. We do have here the Death card coming out as well. Something has changed significantly for you. So you're taking some sort of break here. It does feel to me like a bit of a mental rest. And I'm also hearing a mental reset too, coming up into the mid-month of April. So what does this exactly mean? Well, something could be happening that I think you guys are starting to notice. Maybe you feel like you're recognizing I'm starting to kind of wear myself out a little bit. You might be wearing yourself out in the workplace. You could be wearing yourself out in a relationship, wearing yourself out in a friendship. But I think that the wear and tear of something you've been doing mentally is starting to become incredibly exhausting for you. So you're noticing a lot of mental exhausting type of vibe, type of energy. So with being pretty mentally drained here, it's starting to have that negative impact on you. I need to go ahead and kind of conserve myself a little bit. I need to rest is what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and see what you'll be dealing with throughout the second half of the month. What are my Aries going to be dealing with here throughout mid-April 2022? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, I got cards flying all over the place. I don't know why this has been happening to me so often, but let's go ahead and have a look. So we have here the Devil, and then we have here the Eight of Cups. So you've definitely been feeling super trapped. I do feel like that's what I'm picking up here with the Devil card. You've been feeling incredibly trapped and incredibly stuck right now in something in your life that you've been giving a lot of mental energy to. You know, you might have been feeling really trapped at constantly working your butt off, working your tail off to the point where it's like, I can't even function and get my work done because I'm just not there mentally. I'm just not clear. I'm not fresh, you know? Typically when people want to get back into the work that they're doing, they'll go ahead and make sure they get a good night's rest to come back in the morning and feel fresh. I think that for you, it's been quite the opposite. You've been overworking yourself to the point where when you're getting back towards whatever it is you've been working on, you haven't felt so fresh. Instead, you've been feeling worse and worse because you haven't given yourself that refractory period to where you could have a break. So whether it's about you constantly trying to work on a relationship that you honestly probably needed a break from, and keep in mind, this relationship could have been a romantic one, a non-romantic relationship, however it resonates to you, whether you've been overworking yourself, whether you have been constantly striving in pursuing a specific goal, but haven't given yourself that period to rest as well. All these things kind of contribute to you feeling so burnt out on a mental level in the second half of April. So with the Devil card here to the Eight of Cups, like you felt like you could not stop until you literally had to. That's the Eight of Cups over there. It's like, I didn't even necessarily walk away by choice. I walked away because I had to. Like, I had no mental energy left to kind of keep doing what I was doing. Moving on to the next two cards, we have here the King of Swords, we have here the Sun, and we have a card that wants to come out, I guess. We also got here the Moon card, so let's go ahead and talk about it, based upon what you're dealing with here as well. King of Swords here to the Sun card. I think that you are in the active pursuit of creating something that's going to bring in a lot of happiness and contentment for you, Aries. I think that that's something that you've been working so hard on, is just having a happy and good life. But sometimes working so hard on having a happy and good life has the opposite effect. It can make your life seem very miserable because you're working so hard and you're not even giving yourself the time to kind of chillax and enjoy the fruits of your labor, to enjoy the happiness you do have in front of you. So I'm really kind of getting the indication of like a major mental burnout moving throughout mid-April. And the great thing about tarot readings is that I can tell you guys that this stuff is going on so you could prevent that mental burnout so that you don't have to get to that stage. So if this reading so far is starting to resonate with you in any aspect of your life, we're going to go ahead and try to take these initial steps to prevent this from happening for you guys moving into mid-April. So as far as what I'm picking up on, the overall synopsis of this read so far, coming into the month of mid-April, you got to take a break from something. I think that you are absolutely exhausted on a mental level. You have become so drained from whatever it is you've been working on. Maybe you've been trying to work on a relationship and it's just become too much for you because you feel like you're the only person putting in the effort. Maybe you've been working on a business, or this is your career we're talking about, and you've been putting in so much work day in and day out, but not giving yourself time to rest so that you can come back fresh. Maybe this is about a personal thing you're pursuing, a personal goal, or something happening in your life, but it just seems to me like you haven't given yourself the time to stop and enjoy the progress you've made so far and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You are pushing to get to a happy place, but how could you get to a happy place if you can't take a step back and kind of enjoy what you've done so far, you know? It's like you're pushing yourself to the max, and if you keep going to that max without resting and taking a break, you're gonna burn yourself out. Let's go ahead and see where things are going here for Aries. Where are things gonna be going here for Team Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-April 2022. And what do we have? We have here the Hierophant. Yeah, Taurus energy showing up over here. You have major commitment, for sure. One thing I'll say about an Aries is that their work ethic is absolutely nuts. You know, if you've ever seen Aries in your life, Aries are typically the people that are the bosses, the managers, the business owners, right? You guys have, oh, excuse me. I probably have a call right now about somebody asking for my car's extended warranty because I don't know what this number is. So that's probably what it is, okay? But getting back into it, Aries, you know, your work ethic is insane. If you've ever seen an Aries, they will bust their butts for the success that they have in life. So the Hierophant card, you know, based upon where things are going, there's no doubt that you guys are incredibly committed to what you want. But at the same time, Eight of Swords, how is that impacting you, especially on a mental level? You know, this whole entire reading has been basically talking about your mental state, right? How you've been feeling mentally. You know, if you're in the Eight of Swords position, it's like my mind is on fire. If you're looking at the card over here, you got this guy, and it's like my thoughts are blowing up with fire, you know? It feels messy. It feels all over the place. It feels like my mind can't have a moment to rest. And an unrested mind will create a lot of disruption of balance in your life. And I can give you guys that straight from a personal experience, you know? I tend to have one of those personalities where I like to push myself to the limit, and sometimes I get involved in an energy like this, where I push myself so hard to the point where I'm burned out, okay? Literally burned out, can't do a dang thing, and I don't even need 1 day of rest now. Now I need a continuous amount of days, you know? So I totally get this. I understand the energy of striving to get everything you want, but sometimes the cost of that is just not really worth it, you know? It's not to say you can't get what you want, Aries, but you don't have to push yourself to that limit, right? So based upon where things are going, Hierophant, Eight of Swords, you know, you're super committed, but it's impacting you. Two of Swords, you start questioning whether or not this situation's worth it. Should I keep trying? Should I not try anymore? And then we have here Queen of Pentacles followed up with the Ten of Pentacles. And then you say to yourself, well, you know, I'm going to keep on trying to gain the success I want. I'm going to keep on working towards what I'm working on, but I think I need to focus a little bit more on myself. I think I need to be more attentive to my self-care. So you'll start to realize here, moving into mid-April, all right, I got to slow down a little bit and make sure I'm taking care of me. Because if I'm not taking care of me, everything that I'm working for, starts to fall apart. Yeah, exactly. Because you are the life force of what you're creating. You are the source of what you're creating, right? So if your energy ain't right, if your mental ain't right, how are you going to create something efficiently? You know? If you are in a relationship right now, and you're just not in a good place mentally, and it's just been a very exhausting kind of relationship for you, how is there going to be any benefit to that relationship being in a positive place if you are constantly burnt out of trying to make it good? You know, if you are a business owner and you have been busting your butt with your business, but you've been so burnt out, so drained, how is that going to help you create more types of products or give you more ideas for the business that you want when you feel like you can't even focus, you know? So I think you're reaching that point here of like, I need to take a step back and just make sure I'm good. It's okay to take a break from things and to take a rest from whatever it is that I'm doing. You know, the goal in mind that I have will still be there. And I think that we have to recognize too that we have more time in the world than we think. You know, a lot of people sometimes feel that if they don't complete a goal within a certain time frame, they're going to miss that window of opportunity. And the thing is that the window of opportunity you're thinking of always exists. You know, the window of opportunity is never seized. It's never gone. It's always there, you know? So we don't have to always try to rush into getting to that place of success or feel like our gap or opportunity window's closing, because it's always going to be wide open there for you, okay? A person who takes care of themselves and knows when to pull back tends to have better outcomes than a person who keeps on pushing. you know? All right, baby. Let's go ahead and see what the spirit guides have to say. Are there any dire or important messages coming in here from Aries spirit guides regarding the second half of April? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-April. Are there any important or dire messages coming in from Aries spirit guides? Let's go ahead and have a look. We have here the 10 of Pentacles, we have here the 3 of Pentacles, and then we have here the 6 of Wands followed up with the 5 of Wands. Your guides are trying to say to you guys, you can and you will, okay, Aries? You can and you will get everything that you want. 10 of Pentacles, that is the card of getting everything you want. 3 of Pentacles, that is the work that's being shown. 6 of Wands, that is the card of success. Your guides say you will get everything that you want and everything that you've worked for, but you cannot do that being in this state. 5 of Wands, what is this state? Frustration, anger, irritability, uncomfortability, right? If that's a word too. It's just, if you're not in the right state of mind, you're not going to get to that place any quicker than if you keep pushing yourself. You got to get your energy right first before you get what it is you want, you know? So that's pretty much the whole point of this reading. I definitely don't want it to continue to be repetitive, but coming into your second half of the month, you need some major rest here, guys. On a mental level, you know? Take your mind off of what you've been working towards and distract yourself. Give yourself an opportunity in the second half of the month here to just chillax. Take more time out to do something that you wouldn't normally do throughout the day. If you feel like you've been working super hard at your job and you've barely had time to relax and watch some TV, go watch some TV, go read a book, go play some video games, go hang out with some friends. Do something that you haven't done in a while, you know? Take this time right now to kind of rest and do the activities you enjoyed throughout the second half of the month here before you get back into what you're working towards. If we're talking about a relationship in this aspect, right, that you've been working really hard on a relationship, or if a relationship particularly has been becoming very mentally exhausting, you know, throughout the second half of the month, take a couple days away from that person, you know? Do you for a little bit. You know, don't be around them, you know, have a little bit of a temporary break, see how you feel, figure some shit out, you know. The more you keep trying to work something and you're just not there mentally, it's not going to end up working for you in your favor, okay? What is going to be the overall outcome here for Team Aries throughout the second half of April, please? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-April. What is going to be the overall outcome here for Team Aries? And what do we have? We have here the Star card. Yes, I like that for you a lot because the Star card here is the card of alignment. You are exactly where you need to be. You are going, 6 of Pentacles, exactly where you want to. All the work you've put in is not going to go to vain, or is not going to be in vain, okay? You're going to get what you've wanted, Aries, but you must first take care of yourself first, okay? Because the more you keep pushing your limit, the less closer you're going to be to what you want. When you get to that place of a total burnout, it's like you're going to need that time to recover anyways before you can enjoy what you already have. So guys, my best advice for y'all coming into the second half of April here is that if this reading truly resonates to you in any aspect of your life, take a friggin' break and don't feel ashamed in doing so. There is nothing wrong with taking a break. There is nothing wrong with getting your energy right and doing what you got to do for you. You are the life force or life source or whatever you want to call it. In reference to whatever it is you're working on anyways. You know, you're the backbone of it. And if you're not totally in the right space and the right energy, how are you going to get it to be what you want it to be, right? If you want a relationship to be improved and mentally you're not in a place to improve it, how could you improve it? If you're not in the mental space of being successful or creating success in your workplace, how are you going to create that success if your mind ain't there, you know? So get yourself fresh here throughout the second half of your April, then come back to whatever you're doing, and you will see that whatever you want is still there, and you're still en route to receiving it. So don't think whatever you've been working for is not still going to manifest for you, because indeed it is, but you need to give yourself a little bit of rest and rejuvenation. Get that R&R in, and things are going to start working out a lot better for you, okay? All right, Aries, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this second half of the month's reading. If it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. If you're an Aries that's new here, consider subscribing. I'd appreciate that so much. And if this wasn't your message, no worries. There will be tons of more messages on the channel in the future, and you can always feel free to check out any other awesome tarot readers that we have here on YouTube. All right, Aries, I love you. Enjoy the rest of April, and I'll catch you guys in the next month. Take care and have yourselves a good one. Peace.